So, I'm still cleaning and unpacking and doing all that wonderful stuff that comes with moving. This office used to be Heather's grandfather's office, and he has a lot of books, like a lot of books. And I just thought you would get a tickle out of this one. So this book is an autobiography from Ronald Reagan that says, "Where's the rest of me?" And I know that like on the surface doesn't sound funny, but to me that sounds like they dismembered his body and spread it everywhere. So it sounds like he post-mortem is asking where they hid his body parts. Like, wait, where's the rest of me? Like, he woke up in his coffin and he was just like, there was only part of him there. They're just like, where's the rest of me? And it gets better because on the back is, here it is. Here's the rest of Ronald Reagan. Like, it answers my question. He was just in the book the whole time. I don't know. That's a terrible intro, but I thought it was funny. Okay. You don't like my content, you can go somewhere else. Hi guys, Brian here with another commentary video, and today I wanted to talk about why I actually kind of find the artist sort of fun to fight against. I know she's when you're fighting against her and all she does is put you get to a short tile and she puts the little crow bird over the top, the injury one, the one where it's close enough to injure. She puts it over top the short tile that's been dropped. Yeah, that kind of sucks. That's kind of like a kind of a lose-lose situation. It's really hard to play that one right. But I'm talking about like every other instance where I'm playing this character, playing against this character, Survivor. I'm actually kind of like high-key having a good time. That's been like very, very not the opinion that people have. People have been like, she's just super oppressive and terrible, and I agree with those things, by the way. She is super oppressive, but like people think she's like as terrible as like Nemesis and Pinhead to fight against, and I definitely disagree. I definitely think like Nemesis and Pinhead are much more oppressive than she is. I think the artist, Bird Lady, has something that is like kind of weird and unique, which is what I like about facing Pyramid Head and what I like about facing Nurse, is that their power, they're very M2 reliant killers. They're very, very M2 reliant killers. But their M2 attacks, besides like that example that I mentioned at the beginning, are not easy to hit, right? Like, she's like, the artist is not an easy character to learn, like at all. Like at all. So she's kind of similar to like Pyramid Head and Nurse in the way that like she needs to use her M2, but her M2 is kind of difficult to be consistently good with. But what I like about it in terms of like facing her as a survivor is that it changes the way tiles are played. And when almost every killer in the game, especially anti-loop killers, play most of the tiles the exact same way, she changes the way tiles are played, because she's trying to either torment you or hit you directly with the crow, right? And as long as it's not a short tile, you mid-chase while running away from her, because she can still just straight up M1 you, right? Like she still has the option to just M1 you and chase. Like, she can still do that while having a normal chase, and you're trying to have to like worry about that. You also have to keep in mind, from her perspective, what would be a good point to send the birds out, right? What would be a good point for me to lay a bird here so they can potentially run into it? So let's take an example of like a long wall jungle gym. So we're chasing, we approach from the window side going into the tile, and I vault through, right? And at that point I have access to the pallet and everything. So what she can do is she's probably going to approach me to try and push me away from the pallet or force me to drop it early, but what she can do is put a bird at the long wall window, so I can't just easy out and run that way. So I'm going to have to think about that while I'm approaching this. At the moment I vault the window, I have to think about her placing a bird there, right? I have to think about her placing the bird at that window. But the cool thing about that is if I read that, I can react, right? Like if I know it's likely she's gonna place the bird there, I can just like vault quickly and take a different route, like in the middle of the tile, just like react to it. So by the time she places the bird, because she's slowed down, I make more distance, and we play the tile completely differently just because she's trying to like hit me through the window, And that's an interaction that I don't get with the other killers, and that's specifically because of her power, you know? It's like the same thing, like, if you're on an indoor map against, like, a nurse, you run really weirdly, right? Like when you're trying to escape a nurse on an indoor map, you're, like, running very, very strangely, because you're trying to bamboozle her. You're trying to, like play with your idea, your concept in your head of where you think she's going to blink and where do you think she's going to try to blink to hit you, and warp that so she doesn't get it successfully. But you kind of get to do that at like all the time while you're playing against the artist, besides short tiles, like I keep mentioning. So I find that, I don't know, I like having that extra layer to the chase. I'm always about the chase. I'm always about the 1v1. And I like it a lot. That's the part of the game that's really amazing, that keeps me coming back. So the fact that her 1v1 as facing her as survivor is like really complicated and requires me to kind of like think and also background think at the same time. I like the extra layers that brings, like, to this character. I also like how like she's you can't heal under hook from across the map. Like, a lot of people see that as like, wow, she's so oppressive and terrible because she can do that. I'm like, does it really pain you to like walk 3 feet or walk 4 feet? You know? Also, you can hear the birds coming. There's a map wide sound when she sends the birds out, so theoretically you can just heal and then move, right? But like, the fact that I even have to think about that thing makes the game deeper and more complex, at least during those matches with her, and I don't mind that. I don't mind having to like think more. If anything, with like with the way that almost every killer in this game plays the same, it's just oh hey, I'm M1 killer, but I have an anti-loop power, you know? Like, they're all the same. You know, like, they're all vaguely like that, and it just gets so exhausting when that's like the same thing over and over and over and over again as survivors. So I really like that playing against her makes me think harder, and I think I enjoy that challenge. So yeah, I know that's not a popular idea. I know that's not a popular opinion. I know everybody kind of hates Bird Lady, but I don't know. I don't have the worst time against her, and I think how she has more options to shut you down in a chase gives you more ways you can outplay her and more things you have to think about while chasing with her, which I find interesting. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, make do the likey like. If you want to watch more of my videos and stay up to date on my videos, because I do upload a lot, make sure you do the Submaronies. On that, I don't think I have anything else for you. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you. Have a good rest of your day. Bye-bye.